Welcome to this OpenClaw setup for business and business owners. It's a step-by-step understanding and guide that we offer you to get started. Now, this is the Quickstart guide, as you can see here. Easy setup and installation, especially if you use our services. You don't have to. Managing message channels, voice automation tips for the OpenClaw platform using your web browser. That's one of the keys that we talk about. And choosing the right AI models for OpenClaw. 8 prompts for better productivity. That's what we also go into in this guide. And obviously much more. Well, we want to welcome you to this OpenClaw Quickstart guide. This is a guide from a Mastermind owner, and they are 100% on board with this guide, specifically on teaching you and helping you to understand how to get OpenClaw set up correctly. One of the things that we see right now from this OpenClaw in this Mastermind that they have been working on for at least a month with his engineers and his assistants, they're making a lot of mistakes, okay, and they're correcting those mistakes, and we want to help you to not make those same mistakes because in some ways they were costly, but in other ways they're finding out what OpenClaw and the solutions that we have can do for business and business owners. This is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This OpenClaw step-by-step guide, we're doing things that no one else is doing, and we know it because you have a lot of people out there telling people to get on certain platforms or do it this way or that way, but they're not telling you the end result, which is going to be devastating, especially when it comes to the OpenClaw platform that you're going to see here in a moment. I'm going to demonstrate a few things for you, okay? So, let's go through a few more steps. What is OpenClaw? Okay, well, it's an AI assistant that lives in your pocket, okay? This is not ChatGPT, ladies and gentlemen. This is the new standard. It's not anything like ChatGPT. ChatGPT, you have to input what you want, and you ask it, and it gives you its answers for things, and a lot of times its answers were not correct. But OpenClaw, you teach it one time and it learns, okay? Say, for instance, you have a platform. Say, for instance, ClickFunnels. If you have a business and you want to set up a ClickFunnels page, once you do this once and teach OpenClaw to do that by telling it what to do and or speaking what to do through other platforms that we'll get into later, it will remember it. OpenClaw will actually remember it, and you can set it as what we call a cron job, and it will continue to do it. You can set it on the timer of when you want it to do it, and it will do it. Okay, it actually learns, but only if you set it up correctly. Okay, it remembers everything. It takes real action. Okay, private and secure, and works while you sleep. That private and secure for OpenClaw is very important because if you do not do certain things to get the setup correctly, especially as a business owner, all of your business information can be exposed. So you've got to do it a certain way, okay? And that's why we want to show you this and offer you an example and a solution to what's going on, okay? Who is this for? Who is OpenClaw for? It's for entrepreneurs, content creators, agency owners, course creators, ChatGPT power users, if you want to call them that. If you have any type of website that you're creating articles consistently every day, this thing can do it. Definitely. You teach it once and you can set it, like I said, as what we call a cron job, and it will do it consistently. If you want OpenClaw to write one article a day, it will do it. And it will follow step by step exactly what you do every day to write that article, right? This thing has a mind that if you set it correctly, it will do what you ask it to, okay? Which is just amazing. Okay, let's go into my back office, my OpenClaw platform, and I'll give you a demonstration of what I've done as far as getting it set up. I came into my OpenClaw Gateway dashboard. Now, a lot of people seem to be setting this up incorrectly. The reason why is that our mastermind group, the head of the mastermind is brilliant in his thought process because he's been working on this for the past month of making mistakes and correcting those mistakes and understanding how to go about, getting things set up correctly so that you are in control of the OpenClaw system yourself. People are being told to use the Linux system. People are being told to use the Apple AirPod or AirPad. They're going out and paying $1,200 for something like that. But what that does, I believe it leaves it in Linux system. So you're always going to have to type in stuff and those type of things into this platform. Okay. And it's probably not the best way to go because it's not private. All of a sudden, it's on an actual platform that is third party, either going through whatever specific browser, Google Chrome or whatever iPod seems to go through. And that's just an example. But as you can see here, the health is okay up at the top right. We've had a few instances of mistakes and that type of thing. But what I'm going to demonstrate for you here in a moment is what OpenClaw is capable of doing, just barely touching the surface. It's unbelievable what's going on. And I've got my phone here too. So what has happened is they've connected it into the Telegram as well, because Telegram seems to be the best way to communicate other than going into your specific box here, which I'll explain here in a minute, and actually typing it in, okay? I can literally go in to my Telegram group. I set up my own specific Telegram account that's actually a bot, okay? And it's funny because I called my bot I'm Your Huckleberry, okay? So when I go in there, I can either use voice and hold it down and talk to it, okay? And when I do, you'll see it come on the screen, okay? So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do something for you that I've already actually set up because I have a media company, and this OpenClaw has accessed all of those, what we call APIs, and this is where things are going, ladies and gentlemen. It's already going that way. API is totally different than going out and buying like an iPad that they're telling you to do on YouTube, paying $1,200 for it, and then being exposed to the world around you, third party, because you will be, and you can be hacked very easily. Whereas here, I'm actually in a remote platform in my own laptop, which means that I'm offline, okay, but it's still online using the Windows Chrome browser, but I'm in a box, okay? That means that it is 100% secure. Nobody can hack into my OpenClaw, okay? And at the same time, I can ask it to do certain things for me. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It takes just a moment. Now, this sometimes comes up. We've seen this before, but all I have to do is left-click anywhere on the page, and you can see what it just told me. Notice, this is what came in. Okay, this is what I asked it just now. You can see 8:16 p.m., and right here it's 8:16 p.m. on the far right corner. It says, I received your audio message, but I don't currently have the ability to transcribe audio files. If you could, share what you said in the text. Okay, so I haven't got that audio file set up correctly yet, and that's what I'm learning as well. Okay, and I'll get help with that. So what I'll do is I'll come in to my bot on Telegram, and I will say, please show me what you have set up for my service Scottsdale newsletter. Okay, and let's see what it does there. Notice, see that? Let me show you everything that's set. It doesn't even repeat what I said. It actually, it's already read what I've told it. And now it's going to tell me. And it takes maybe up to a minute, sometimes less. It just depends. Let me show you everything that's set. So you see, I said, please show me what you have set up for my Service Scottsdale newsletter. Okay. And you notice it's in queue. You see that? This thing is 1,000 times smarter than ChatGPT. End of story. It's a brain. It actually is already thinking for you. And the way that I've been trained and continue to get the training every day, we are setting up for an API. And we are cataloging that API for security. Okay, so it's just unbelievable what's going on. Here's what we found. What is set up? My API. What's missing? The cron jobs. They're not actually running. Look at my logs. I thought I created them last night, but they didn't save properly. The automation isn't scheduled yet. Let me fix this right now. Okay? I'll create the 4 cron jobs. And I will say, and now notice it says, want me to set those up right now? And I will say, yes. And it always takes a slight minute. See that? You heard me say yes in my Telegram app. Setting up your Service Scottsdale automation. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. OpenClaw, and we're way ahead of 99.99% of everyone you've even seen, much less heard about. This is for businesses. You can set up different types of things, what we call a cron job, to actually automate your business. This eventually we figured out in the last month of testing these things that this is not a virtual assistant. This is a CEO. This is potentially a CEO, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so it is unbelievable what this thing is going to do. And it's going to set up, as you can see right now, my newsletter to where it's doing it 3 times a week to start. Okay. And you can see that they'll search for Scottsdale businesses. And I'm going to ask them to focus on emergency plumber Scottsdale. Make sure I spelt that right. I'll probably have to figure out what I'm doing wrong with the voice so it can catch up to that and activate through my voice as well on Telegram. One of the things I'm noticing that I did yesterday, I think it actually had an issue with forgetting about what we did yesterday. So I've got to make sure it knows that you've got to remember that. And what it will do is it will put it into its memory banks. Unlike ChatGPT, ChatGPT does do a few things like that, but this actually thinks for itself, and it's actually going to recommend a lot of different things. So as you can see, it's still in the queue. This is what happens right here. See, it's in the queue. But this is totally different, and it's already got files set up and locations, content bank. And while we're waiting here, you can see that it says you got notified via Telegram when each article will be presented, that kind of thing. Notice it's setting up all of my schema and SEO, authority citations, that type of thing. Emergency plumber. It's still in the queue. It's still creating the emergency plumber Scottsdale article as we speak in my article platform back office. This is amazing, and it's still in such an early beginnings that we're so far ahead of the game because we're learning from our mistakes and learning that the costs can get cheaper and cheaper just by doing certain things via APIs, okay? If a software has an API, if you have a business that uses a software and you want to stick with that software and it has an API, which it should, if it doesn't, and you're using it as a tool, it might need to have an API connected to it, or you might need to go to something better because this thing will run off of APIs. It will run inside of that API securely if you do it a certain way, okay? And we're still in queue, so checking status now. And you can see that it's remembered what I've already put into it. It knows where to go with my software because it's reading the API, okay? So it's just amazing process with OpenClaw. And if you do it the right way, which we are promoting, it'll be inside this little box that you've created and no one can touch it. No one can see what you're doing. Okay. So we can see here, use Letterman's built-in AI recommended. See that? It's already created the article. Okay. You have three options on the next step. Go to Letterman AI, go to the Service Scottsdale Drafts articles. See, now I've said to put it into draft only, and it's telling me also what to do and how to do it. Okay. And then the last thing I'll do is please set up SEO and AI mode along with video schema. The way that you want to set up your platform so that it knows this. and does this consistently every time on every article it writes for you. Perfect. The AI generation succeeded. Okay? And it's going to continue to tell you more. Add AI optimization for ChatGPT perplexity. Add all schema markup, FAQs, local business article breadcrumb, and video. This is awesome. And it's still in queue. It's still processing. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is doing things like a CEO. It's setting things up to where you can run, and I'm going to be running a pay-per-call platform with ServiceScottsdale.com. Okay, that's the part of the newsletter. I basically call it a directory newsletter, and I'm doing this to utilize the local connection, the local niche. And I am going to get things set up starting Monday. That's what this thing is doing, okay, as you can see. So once we're still in the queue right here, as you can see, it's still working. It's still doing its thing, which is fine. The AI article generation succeeded, which is great. And you can see what it's doing for me as we speak. And I might have to remind it, and also what I'll do before is like, I'll put in, please remember all of these actions. I won't press that yet because it's still thinking in the queue. But that's what happens here, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And it's in its infancy stages. So believe me, once you can get this set up with your business specifically, you're going to see the tremendous advantages. It's like I've said already, it's not a virtual assistant. This thing is already thinking, and it's your CEO eventually, once you get it all set. You can't be impatient. And you still have to ask it a few things, ask it questions, and make sure, like I said, please remember all of these actions. And I'm going to make sure it remembers to do that, okay? It's still a brain that's thinking and learning your business or what my business is, okay? Which I've already implemented all of those things into this. So it is doing its thing to think, okay? Which this is taking a little bit longer than normal, which is okay. But once this thing gets set, it's still in the queue, as we can see. Once it does its thing, then we will be set. But I just find it's fascinating, and I've only been inside this for not quite a week yet. And so I've got it to learn some of my business practices. And do you think that this thing can help you to get leads in your business and new customers? Exactly. Yes, it can. Do you think that it's not going to be going towards a point where you could do paid advertising and it would set up all of your paid ads for whatever platform that you could with an API? Yes, it could. Look at what it's doing. All of these things that I pretty much have no idea what's going on. Okay? It's unbelievable. Now, this is one thing we haven't figured out yet. Notice how it did that thing, okay, which is fine. This article is optimized for Google search, traditional SEO, ChatGPT, GPT search answers, Perplexity AI, and Google AI overviews, voice search, Siri, featured snippets, local maps, results, schema as well. Okay. And it says go to Service Scottsdale, and it says open, and I can open the article, add YouTube video ID if you have one. And then I'm going to make sure, please remember all of these actions. I'm going to press that for the last time just as an example here, and I'll end the video on everything. Notice how it says documenting everything. And it looks like we are set. It's still in the queue. It's going to give me the information. But this is just an introduction of how we have set up OpenClaw in the mastermind that I'm a part of, click on the link in the description below if you want to get the free Quickstart guide. If you want to get started in the mastermind, it's not very much to start the first month. And then the second month, it goes to regular status. But you get so many tools and things with something that you can use for your business that it's just unbelievable. I don't have a lot of time in this video to show you everything right now. But you can click on the link in the description below and get all of your questions answered. And once you join that mastermind group, they will set this OpenClaw up for you, and they will actually help you manage it. So we have a WhatsApp group that we go to every day or every other day whenever we need to, if we have some problems with it. If there was something today that happened where it just shut down on me and I didn't know exactly, and he opened it for me in the back office and did everything I needed. And this is exactly what you see. It's already setting up, and it's going to start those articles within the next starting Monday. So click on the link in the description below, and I will see you in the next OpenClaw video.